Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice journal event with Just Journaling Around in the Dusty Grannies event group. Thank you for being here. And hopefully we can find ourselves. So I do have an idea of something I want to do, and that requires me to get something right quick, because I just decided last minute that that's what I want to do. So y'all gonna bear with me for a little bit, because it's all Wendy's fault. Okay, I'm just saying it right now. It's all her fault. And
hello.
So yeah. Hello there, Miss Lisa. Hello, welcome in, friends. Thank you so much to Miss Wendy for hosting this event and for allowing me to be part of it. I truly do appreciate you. So, Adventures in Journaling. Did I not say Adventures in Journaling part of the Dusty Grannies event group? There's the journaling event group now, they all have such similar names that I'm getting confused. So, please forgive me if I messed that up. Sorry about that. Yeah, please forgive me. It is very possible I goofed it up and all, because of course, why wouldn't I? Nah. Oh yeah. Because like I think about it, my group, my event for journaling is called Just Journaling Around. You know, and then after that it was like, Adventures in Journaling, and then there's another one, and so I don't know, I'm getting confused. But anyways, up after me is Miss Stephanie from Crafting on a Budget, y'all. See, my group. Yeah, the journaling around is hers, I think, because mine is just journaling. Ah, goodness. Y'all, just make sure you're following Dusty Granny's event group, because that's where all the events happen, and the journaling ones, the regular ones, the mystery box ones, all the good ones. Just follow the group. And don't listen to this goofball, who evidently has, yeah. I have not had coffee today. I was trying to be good, and yeah, evidently that's not working in my favor. So, and then I was just trying to eat something, and I literally yep, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It's just get confusing. Okay, so I have some brown paper bags, but you showed something yesterday, Miss Wendy, and it got me thinking, and I've been running around with my head and everywhere. I had 2 sales today on whatnot, so it's been a bit of a crazy day. So I'm gonna go grab my fall box right quick. Exactly. Just stay tuned to the group and you watch and follow. You'll get it all. All the good stuff. So I'm gonna go grab my fall box because I want to get something out of there, and it's all your fault. Alright. So after we're done blaming Miss Wendy for being the one who made me last minute want to change my thoughts on what I was doing, we will get started. Hey there, Brandy. Welcome in, friends. So I'm gonna get you guys over this way so y'all can see what. Now, it's in my head. We shall see if I can make it pan out. Okay. I'm gonna start small, and if it works, then I'm gonna try to find larger shapes and do it in the larger shape. All right. So I am actually going to go ahead and at least get these somewhat painted, and then we can begin with the experimentation. And once again, all my paintbrushes are in the kitchen. So pumpkin spice and everything nice. Who honestly loves pumpkin spice, y'all? Like, be honest, because I know that there's people out there that think it's the weirdest thing and they just don't like it. Like, they'll have a pumpkin pie or something. The ones I did were fall shell cedars. Was something you showed last night. It was something you showed last night that made me want to rethink and want to experiment to make something. We were talking about how, you know, we inspire each other all the time on our call, and it's true. I mean, you can show something and the ideas start to flow in my head. So kind of like me sending you them voice clips, because like I said, you know, ideas I mean, they just, when they come like in tidal waves. A pumpkin book. Yes, using wood pieces. So we're going to turn these wood pieces into our cover. So you had talked about doing a book to put into the really cool pumpkin that you have. And I was like, wait a second, we could totally turn that into the actual book. So that is what we're going to experiment and try together. So I've never done this before, and we're going to try this together. Okay? Same when I have to get up, do it hands. Yeah. If you don't do it right then and there, it won't get done. I hear you. I hear you. My father always used to say, do not leave for tomorrow what you can do today. Which is a very good policy to live by. If I don't do it today, I might forget by, 30 minutes from now what I was planning on doing. That's the problem. It's not so much that, it's the fact that I'll forget and then it won't get done. Oh my gosh, I love doing little dioramas. You got to try it. It is so much fun to play with miniatures. You know? So I'm always looking for like miniatures or things that I could turn into miniatures, make my own. And then my husband's like, "Oh, you should look into like the hobby section." And oh, why did he do that? Because you know he does model railroads, so he works with very small things too. So yeah. Same. Then I have to get a. Let's see, where did my live go to? There we are. Alright, so I'm just drawing my surface because I just cleaned it, and we're gonna play with paper, so yeah, we definitely don't want to have that messed up. Alright. Well, that wasn't smart, Tamara. Okay. Painted the wrong side. So now both sides are going to be painted, whether it needs it or not. Because, I mean, I'm going to end up covering and so. But now it's going to... I didn't pay attention to what direction the stems were going. Yes, I am painting wood. Yes, we are in a journaling event. If y'all have ever followed me for any amount of time, you know that I love to play with different mediums, even within my journaling. So I am a mixed media crafter through and through. It's what I love. And it's what brings me happiness. You had to buy you a coffee pot. You found it at Goodwill? Yeah, because not everybody really, you know, so many people have gone to the convenience of like the Keurig or whatever, or you don't drink coffee. So, but I love pumpkin spice, y'all. So, of course, we definitely had to join in this event. Ah, it must be broken. Try going out and coming back in. It might have glitched or something, because, you know, we are talking about meta here, so. Give it a... Ah! No! I don't want to get paint on my new shirt. Guess it's bound to happen. Design space. What are we designing? Is that for... We talking about for the cricket? that what we're talking about? Oh, her Cricut Maker 3. Wow. Now I have the first generation Maker, which is just a Cricut Maker. They went from the Cricut Maker and then jumped to the Cricut Maker 3. There's no 2. So, yeah. Okay, so I do want to make my hinges for my book. And let's not forget that I have my paper bags. And the joy, well, yeah, I love my Cricut. It is really a lot of fun to use, honestly. Stupid little bugs. Okay. But yeah, I like my Cricut. And the only major difference with the 3 when it came out, because I looked at it, I was like, do I really need to upgrade? And the biggest difference was the fact of having the roll where you could do the continuous and not use the matte. And I was like, nah, I don't really need that. You know? Alright, so I got my paper bags and I cut off the bottoms. I'll use those for something else. Right now, what I want to do is, see how we have that side that has the notch? We're gonna flip a few of these so that they have them in opposite directions. Then we're gonna turn, and let's see how that's gonna be just about right. Okay, so let me start folding these. And if you're wondering, these are the little pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, okay? And when I cut my my paper bag part off, this is 7 inches. So 7 inches, just in case if anybody wants measurements and wants to do something or try it out. Again, we're experimenting together because this was just a, you know, crazy idea that came into my head, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna be trying this with y'all on the live because I didn't get a chance to try it all day today. Been a little busy bee. Okay, and so then we're tucking them in that way, okay? I have the Air 2. Yeah. And I know that they each have like their purposes. Like I know the Joy was the first version of, you know, being able to do like really long things. but it was very tiny in the space, and I think that's kind of why they went with having that option for the the regular Cricut, you know, instead of just with the Joy. So I think that's part of it. At least that's my thoughts. You got the mint green one, of course. But of course, what else would you have gotten, my friend? Okay, obviously these are going to be way too long. So our next step is going to be to trim these down to fit. Okay, so I do want to keep one of the edges. So I'm actually going to come downward and just give myself a rough pencil mark so that I can get those cut. Again, I'm not expecting this to be perfect. It is the first try, and you know, many times when you try something, it takes a few goes at it to get it, you know, where you need it to be. But I was like, this will be a perfect time. We can experiment together. Sarcasm. Oh, with the design space, I don't have a problem with it. I actually think it's I really like it. It's actually very user friendly. At least I feel it is. I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's a huge learning curve. I'm like, I don't really have that much of an issue with it. But then again, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Yeah, talking to Amy, that I kind of figured after you said that, and that's why I was like, oh, the design space comment. Yeah, I love design space. Like I said, it's so user friendly. And that's kind of why I'm like really trying to make sure that whatever laser I end up going with, that it has a good program as well, you know, because the hardware might be cool, but if you know the software is going to be a pain in my rear end, then it's not going to be worth it. Alright, so we have the bottoms that are kind of open like this, and then we have these that are all right wide open. So we're actually going to need to glue all of this shut. Okay, so time to bring that little and I didn't do this before because I wasn't sure where I was going to cut. Okay, so that's why I didn't do it beforehand. So let's get to gluing. And if you need to take them apart and just do them individually, you can. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you want to take just that and you want to work on it, you can, you know. You can come in and do all of this sheet by sheet if that'll make it easier for you. Oops. Definitely didn't need any glue right there, now did I? Okay. Now down here, and let's do this part first, and then I'll tell you where my brain's going with the bottom end, okay? Like I said, my brain works in mysterious ways. It's definitely the brain of a creative, that's for sure. So we shall see. The teacher gave you account info. Ooh. And she probably has the paid version. See, I only used the free version, and that's more than enough for me. Like, I have never found the need to have to pay because, I mean, really, like, there is so much that you get on the free version that it's really not necessary to, or at least I can work around it. Yay, you did, Miss Carla. How are you? Hello, hello. I have one, 2, 3. Okay. So this would be the top part. I'm going to flip this around. Okay. And now we have this part that's the open part, right? And I actually want to just glue here so we can have like an upper tuck. Does that, hopefully that makes sense to, that'll make sense. Oops. I just said that I did not want to glue the top, only the sides. I am so glad to hear that. What's the weather been like over there? It's definitely not fall yet. Nope, not at all been. My brother was like, oh yeah, you can definitely feel fall. It's starting to get really cold at night and early in the morning. And I'm like, oh, not here. It's still hot. So hopefully our crafts will kind of like bring the inspiration so that we can get those crafts going. It's not fall there either. Yeah, I didn't think so. I did not think so. It is still too hot and too muggy to get anything done. So, yeah. Well, I'm in Dusty Granny's journaling event day today. We are doing pumpkin spice and everything nice. And my idea of what I am doing came inspired from something that she showed us yesterday, and I thought, wait a second, can I turn 2 Dollar Tree wooden pumpkin pieces into a journal? And that's what I'm working on. It really wasn't cooler. It was kind of cloudy today for us. It really wasn't cooler. Like, that I could say that it was cooler. It really wasn't. It was just, ugh. It was just, hot and not so, even though it was, you know, everything was, still, I don't know. Hopefully at some point we'll get some fall weather is what I'm hoping. I hope so. Now, obviously, you could totally do this with just, you know, folded paper. I wanted to go ahead and have pockets and tucks and all of that already made. So that's why I used a cut up paper bag, okay? That would be the only reason. Okay? Only reason, only reason. Because I wanted to, wait a second, then I wanted to make sure. Are you in Florida, Miss Brandy? Because that's usually about the only place that really has all the hurricane issues, right? Is up that way. It's our Florida neighbors. So I'm in Georgia, close to good old Atlanta. Oh, North Carolina. My son's stationed up there. So from Texas to Florida. What went from Texas to Florida? Or who? The hurricane? I haven't heard about one going. Ah! Yeah, all over the place. Go all over the place. Them suckers are terrible. Alright, so. You're close to the coast. He's stationed in Camp Lejeune. So he is close to the coast as well. If I could say that. Alright. Miss Kelly, really? I used to live down in Savannah. Loved it. And then moved up this a ways. Love the charm. Not so much the gnats. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad that they did. Okay. So let us see if we still have somewhat of a shape here. And looks like we will. If I can keep my pumpkins straight. Okay, so we need to build a hinge right here, okay? And that is where we're going to bring in layers of this. So, and I I need to mark that I'm going to need it from about here to about here. Now remember, this is all a wild idea of mine, and I've never tried this before. We're trying it together for the first time. Savannah and Hinesville. I know where Fleming is. Oh, you're there working? Nothing wrong with that, now is there? Okay, so I want to ensure that we're gonna make ourselves a hinge. Again, I'm just eyeballing it, alright? And then this one is going to overlap on top of it. Ooh, I do. Been getting really good at making these journals, my friend. Alright, so these are going to overlap. Okay. And hopefully I can get... But I need to get some more of this. I keep on telling myself, oh, I need to get another bottle, and then I never do. I always forget to pick it up. Hello there, Miss Barb. How are you, my friend? Thank you for popping in, dear. How have you and Becca been? Alright. Busy. Oh, busy can be good. Busy can be a good thing. Oh, I hear you on that one. I never feel like I have enough hours either. Now, to be able to secure this even more, I'm gonna end up putting a paper over all of this, okay? That's gonna help give me some extra security there. Yeah, exactly. If they could be for playing, creating, crafting, sure. Working, that always gives us Working gives more headaches, but you know, it's one of them necessary evils, right? To pay them bills, sadly. Okay. Exactly, you crack for, so it is fun. Yeah, probably in December I'll be making a trip back up to North Carolina. I'll be going to see this child graduate again, this time from his field medic training. And then after that, it'll be waiting for his ship out date. Oh, and you cook now too? I knew you were doing lots of baking and stuff. So you're catering too, huh? That is definitely a lot, my friend. Okay, so I am actually going to see, where did I throw my little, I'm gonna put that one's not gonna be strong enough. I need the big boy. That's still a lot, even if it is only one day. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there because that's gonna take a while to dry. And while that is working, let's work on these pages in here, okay? Camp Lejeune, up in Jacksonville, North Carolina. That's where he'll be graduating. That's exactly, so my son's a combat medic for the Navy. That's why he's there. He's there to do his combat medic training and to train with the Marines that he will be deploying with. So, and then in January, he'll be sent to Okinawa. So, yep. I'm actually wearing my shirt today. The one I got, it says U.S. Navy Corpsman saving lives since 1989, and in the back it says proud mom of a corpsman. Oh, really? He was? Pretty cool, Miss Barb. That's so cool. Yeah, a lot has happened. I have the middle one that decided to go off to the Navy last year. You're pretty familiar with the area? Okay, so here I need to... This should be fine, right? And I got... Do I have the bottom? Do I have the bottom? Yeah, I do have the bottom. Alright. Not a problem, my friend, not a problem. I'm just grateful for everybody who pops on. Don't have a whole lot of time, but I'm trying to decorate while that drives, or at least trying to decorate a little bit. And then we're going to fall and foxes are like, they go together, okay? Just saying. Which makes me quite happy, of course, because then that means that I get to have my foxes. And we'll just do all of this stuff right here. You're back. Yay! But thank you to everybody for popping in. I really do appreciate. I love seeing all of you guys. So thank you to Miss Wendy for hosting today's event. And again, I am trying something, this crazy idea that popped into my head. So we'll see if it pans out at the end. My son just went and got his CDL for his first load. He went through Atlanta. Yeah. There is always so much traffic, Miss Kelly. It is, yeah. My ex-partner was a truck driver, and yeah. He had been doing it for 30-something years. Then when my brother came out of the military, he got into truck driving for a bit as well. He did it so and it was fun though, because he was still living in Savannah, so if he ever had a load that brought him up this ways, he would let me know, and depending on what was, we would try to meet up, even if it was just for, to say hi and for him to see the kiddos. Just enough to stay in touch, So, but he would call me. I've gotten used to, like I said, I've always been a night owl, so I got used to talking, like I said, with my ex at night to make sure he would stay up when he was doing drives. My brother would call me as well, so, and it's funny because now there's times like when my brother calls me, he calls me on his way home from work. That's normally, if he calls me, that's normally when he's calling me. I mean, it's a good profession. The biggest thing is, the idiots out there. I mean, That's the biggest concern, you know. The amount of people that try to get in wrecks with truck drivers just to be able to sue insurances is ridiculous. So, you know, companies have gotten wiser, and they have, you know, put dash cams in to protect them and the drivers, because, you know, that's their license, that's their livelihood. So I just hate that people do that, though. It's like you're playing with fire, because you know, that truck can't just stop, and you don't know how much tonnage it has, and you just want to gander at it slamming against you. Like, what in the world? Like, what are people thinking? So yeah, that's my only thing is, like, it's just ridiculous. Alright, so I don't have all of these done, but I have like 6 minutes left, and I want to try to see if we can get this sewn in. I will finish to like stamp it up. I'll have to make some teeny tiny like little tags and stuff to go into these pockets. Like I said, it's small. If it works, I'm gonna try it on a larger scale and see how that does. Okay, so here's our hinged pumpkin, right? Okay. Yeah, you got to, because it's, yeah, it's ridiculous. Alright, let me grab my needle and thread real quick. So up after me is Miss Stephanie from Craftin' on a Budget. Make sure that you guys stick around to watch her, and then after her will be our hostess, Miss Wendy. So stick around so that you can watch, and if you've missed anybody, please go back and watch. We've had some amazing creators on today for this event, so please check it out and join Dusty Granny's event group. It is a free event group for you guys to watch, join in, have fun. There's a lot of really fun things coming up that she is planning for the group, so super excited, and hope she allows me to be part of it. Try and sew this in, and if nothing else, I'll get this sewn and I will take a picture of it for y'all to watch, well, for y'all to see, better said, not for y'all to watch, but for y'all to see it finished up, and then I will definitely be I'm gonna be what you call it, finishing the pages on the inside. So let's see, where are you? Aha, Thank you. It should come out, you know, should being the most optimal word for it. So it should work with no problem. And what I'm gonna do to secure that hinge, remember we said about putting paper, I'm actually thinking of just gluing this last page to it. So I'll probably do that, and that'll help hold it. Okay, so if you guys have never tried journaling, maybe don't go off on a wild tangent like myself and try something crazy like this. But journaling is fun, guys. It is fun. It is relaxing. You know, honestly, this would, to me, I would consider this a junk journal because I'm using all kinds of items that I already had. I didn't go out and pre-buy or pre-print or anything like that, you know. So I thought that was, you know, always a good thing to do, is to try and use what we have. It's one of the more eco-friendly things, you know, considering the cost of supplies. So, but then again, you know, paper bags are not expensive. You can buy them at the Dollar Tree, at Walmart, all these places. Again, pack of these, I've had these last year, the year before, who knows how many, you know, who knows how many I've had. So, yeah. And again, I'm just going to secure the hinge by gluing that page to it. And we are finished with this. I mean, it is really not that hard to sew a journal. This one I literally just did a three piece, so really not that hard at all. You know, yeah. Your brain doesn't allow you to do the sewing part. What do you mean, Miss Connie? Well, you do know there's other options if you don't feel comfortable with the sewing part, right? Okay, so I'm gonna cut that later, but this is what it is, guys. Here is my pumpkin spice and everything nice little journal made from some paper bags and 2 wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, there we go. So I do like the idea. Once I glue the pages and everything, I'm gonna see how this holds up, and then, you know, I'm gonna see maybe if it needed a different type of glue, or, you know, try to work those things out and see if I can do this in a larger scale. Thank you, my friends. I love you guys. Remember to have a blessed day. Okay, have a great night. Go check out Miss Stephanie. Hang around for the last 2 presenters, and go watch the replays.